it's me, Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with a tag video. This is the 5 reasons I love coloring tag. All right, info first. I was tagged by Meg's Art Atrium. She is a brand new YouTube channel. You might have seen her over on Instagram, being super supportive over there. But now she has her own channel, and this was one of her very first videos. So I will be tagging her down below, or linking her, I should say. And the tag was started by Coloring with Candace Adult Coloring, which is a heck of a name. And I will link her down below too. I watch her videos. She's a lot of fun. And I'm gonna link both of their channels, and then I'm just gonna tag my people right up front so we don't forget, and then we have all of the details out of the way right in the beginning. So I'm going to tag 3 people. I'm going to tag Kathy from SpiceyCatColors. I think that she has been coloring for a long time, but is new to YouTube ColorTube. So I think that will be interesting to see her answers. I'm gonna tag Monet at Coloring Diva because she's just always leaving me those yellow hearts, and I appreciate that so much. So I want to see her answers. And I'm going to tag Lisa from Lisa's Coloring Corner. We've been seeing her collection, so I think this would be a nice, easy tag to put into one of your coloring chats. I'm going to have to message her, though, to make sure she sees this. So that's who I'm tagging. Now, what am I coloring? I'm coloring from One Color Relaxation Art Animal Stencils. This is a Sun Life drawing book that is intended to be a single color book, but you can do whatever you want. So a lot of the times I'll do 2 colors. I have been known to do 3. I don't know if we're gonna find any of those. Let's see. A lot of 2. 2 is my sweet spot. Here was 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 4 on that one. So I was just randomly flipping through. And I'm going to do this page. There's some birds and a dog, but it just felt springy to me, and we're close to welcoming spring. I'm super excited. So I just picked 2 random markers. This is greener than it looks, and then a nice gray. And I'm just gonna go do my chatting, and then at the end I will speed color to finish this off. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start with my green. I don't know what I'm gonna do in which colors. I'm going to start by chatting about that before I begin, so I don't get distracted afterwards. Maybe, should I do like the animals in the gray and then everything else in the green? Or the other way around? I mean, these are like plants and things, so I can start the green there. I think that makes sense to do like the green as the scenery. Okay, I'm going to do that, and I think I'm just going to start from the top. I could zoom out more to get everything in frame, but I don't know if you really need to see it too detailed since it's just one color stuff. So, yes, I have written down 5 reasons I love coloring. Hopefully this is what we're looking for in this type of tag. I watched Meg's video, of course, but then I tried to not watch any more videos. I don't know if any more are even out there because I wanted to give my authentic reasons and not be influenced by other people. If they have really great ideas, I'd be like, oh man, I love that too. You know what I mean? So I tried to also think of like creative words for my reasons. You'll see what I mean when I get there, hopefully. Sam's grocery shopping right now, and apparently my watch is telling me that, so that's cool. Number 1 reason. I don't think these are in any order either. They're just kind of in the order that I thought of them. Actually, I put number 5 down first to like end on a bang. You'll see when we get there. All right, lots of chatting. Number 1 reason that I love coloring is multitasking. I cannot do one thing at a time. I always want to be doing multiple things. I don't know what it is, if it's a focus problem, if it's just the anxiety that I like to always have something going on using my hands. So coloring is really great for that, and I feel like it is really easy to color while you're doing other things, especially something like this. That's why I picked this one, so that I can really focus on chatting, and this is like muscle memory to do this kind of coloring. And that's another reason that I really love color by number, is that you don't really, very minimal thinking. So I guess it is stress relieving, but I just like to be able to multitask. I remember in the coloring habits tag, it was like, do you eat or drink? I do most everything while coloring. That's how I get most of my pages done. I'll be watching YouTube and coloring. I'll be watching television and coloring, eating dinner and coloring. I do it all. I bring it back when we would be able to go places. I would have a coloring book with me if there was downtime. I just like multitasking. and using coloring to do that, and I think it's a great vessel for multitasking. Either it would be this or like playing phone games, and I feel like this is more exciting, enriching. I don't know. This is better than that, in my opinion, because the phone games will drain my phone, but this does not drain me in any way, so that's cool. Number 2, I don't know. We'll see how my explanations go, but we're going to give it a shot. Number 2 is creativity, ... kind of. That is what I wrote. So, of course, my dad is going to interrupt me. Of course, that's what's going to happen. So let me just do this, and then I'm going to go chat with him for a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, it was just Noodles and not him, but whenever I say that is when he will eventually interrupt me. So we'll see what happens, but yes. Creativity, ... kind of, because what I love about coloring is it can be as creative as you want, or it can be as simple as you want. This is a perfect example of being simple, because I'm just doing a one color wash, filling in everything exactly as it's laid out. If I wanted to get creative with this, I could use tons of colors. I could fill everything in with pointillism. I could do all of the outlines and leave the mosaics blank. I could do any combination of those things. We have color by number where everything is picked for me, or I could change the numbers, or I could do a book with no colors picked. You know what I mean? So it is definitely super creative, but it's also kind of, because I don't have to actually conceptualize the pictures themselves. Even though I did find a coloring book like that. It was called like an anti-coloring book or something. I don't remember. But basically it was, the page had different washes of color and you were supposed to draw over it. And while that's a cool concept, I don't think I'm at that level. But that's why I love the creativity of coloring, and that I don't have to always be creative. If that makes any sense. Hope it does. Next, number 3. I wrote collecting. So, I don't know about anyone else, but I personally love shopping. And I, thankfully, don't think I have too many monetary vices. Like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't, go out to eat very often, even before all this. So when I want to shop, it's hard to just continue to get stuff, because eventually your space will fill up, kind of thing. But it's really easy to throw a coloring book in your basket, in my experience. So I find that it's really easy, if I have a really bad shopping bug, that I can just buy 1 or 2 new books, and it will only cost $10, and I'll be satisfied for a week or 2, you know what I mean? Because I love that coloring books are consumables, essentially. There's been a big trend to go towards experience gifts instead of physical things. A lot of people are getting full up and just have no more space for physical gifts. And obviously coloring books take up space. But coloring is an experience. So I will remember doing this page. And if I flip back, I can tell you which pages I did on video and which pages I didn't. These will all have meaning attached to them. Or they don't need to. It could just be, man, I colored that who knows when, but at the time it helped. You know what I'm saying? So I really like the collecting aspect of coloring, and how it's pretty easy to get more coloring books. And of course, there are really fancy ones that can get really expensive. And I collect the French ones that I only order once or twice a year. But you don't need to enjoy the hobby. Dollar Tree has books, and you can definitely use those. The grocery store has books, and you can use those. And you don't need to have hundreds and hundreds, but it's really easy to get more, I guess. That might be a weird one. I don't know. Again, I haven't watched anybody else's yet, because I don't want to be influenced. But I'm interested in seeing how many other people think of that. So, number 4, now that I have a split in the video too, I have no idea how long we're going here, but that's fine. Not going to be too long. I also just don't want to be rushing my talking. I like to try to keep it calm. I've had people tell me that I talk very fast, And I think for videos, I actually slow down a lot because I kind of have a trained speaking voice. I did academic decathlon in high school, and speech was one of the 10 items. So I am slightly trained in public speaking, very slightly, but I think that I know how to pace a little bit. Sometimes I still talk too fast, but you know, it's a East Coast thing. So, number 4 is nostalgia. I have been coloring my whole life. That was always one of my favorite things. Coloring books have always been like the reward you get if you were good for a week, if you got good grades in school, if mom and dad needed quiet time, I would color. As an only child, coloring is one of the things I could do by myself really easily and still enjoy. Like, obviously, playing games, you need somebody else, but coloring, you can do on your own. And again, coloring, you can multitask. So I could color while watching TV or doing whatever else kids do. So it is very nostalgic to color, especially like if I ever whip out the crayons and color with those, and it just reminds me of easier times. And that's another reason I personally love doing pages like this every once in a while, where I'm not worrying about choices and all that stuff, because it is nostalgic. So I don't know if it's like that for everybody, or I know a lot of people found adult coloring in the past year for the pandemic, or in the past 5 years since it like really boomed with Joanna Basford. But I have been coloring this whole time. Just the quality has gone up. But it's always been there. So it is very nostalgic. And I love that. And then finally, thing number 5 that I love about coloring is the community. This answer is my newest answer, because until probably, I want to say May of last year, I've been on ColorTube for 3 years now, but I want to say until about May of last year, I wasn't really feeling part of the community. I had people that I talked to that made videos, and like people would comment, but once I like realized you could message people and talk one-on-one, it like blew my mind and changed the whole game. And again, saying it now, it feels so obvious, but I didn't do it until probably May. So now that I have made so many actual real life friends, I haven't met any of them in real life, but I have plans to hopefully meet some of them someday. Again, pandemic notwithstanding, but it's so cool, and the community is so great, and it's so much fun to know other people that are into the same hobbies you're into, because this is pretty obscure. In my real life, I don't really know anybody that colors. I have a few friends that will very casually dabble in it a little bit, or if I ask them to color with me, they will kindly say yes. But overall, few and far between. And obviously, you all know how very supportive Sam is of my hobby, but he doesn't know the details like a lot of my friends here do. So I'm super thankful for the community, and it really changed the game and like upped the game and made YouTube fun and made just everything better. So I have a feeling that is going to be a lot of people's answers. And if you are newer to this community and don't necessarily feel it yet, don't be discouraged. It took me over 2 years. And don't be afraid to reach out to other people. I do like 10 buddy colors a month if I can. Like, I'm always trying to make new friends and make people feel welcomed. And I'm sure that a lot of other people feel the same way. So please don't be afraid to reach out to someone, or a lot of someones. Make friends here. It's a good time. So that is the 5 reasons that I love coloring. Yes. I hope that you liked my answers. I never know how to outro these videos, because should I do the speed color and then come back? Probably, right? That makes sense. So I'm about to speed color now. We'll see what kind of fun music I find, and then I will be right back to say goodbye. So whoosh. Ta-da! All done. So that was about 25 minutes, close to half an hour. I assume it's gonna be like a 20-second time lapse. I'm always impressed by how quick those time lapses seem to go. I remember when I was doing my mandala day, I would intentionally go slow some days to see if I could get that time lapse any longer, and not really. They were basically all around 24 seconds. So that is our finished page. It was quick and easy, but hopefully it worked well with this tag. So again, down below I will have Candace, Meg, Kathy, Monet, and Lisa all tagged, all their links or @, so you can check them out. If you don't have a channel and would like to tell me some of your favorite reasons that you love coloring, absolutely do that in the comments. If you do have a channel and would like to do this as a video or incorporate it into a color and chat or something like that, absolutely do that. So thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around, again, since I do so many cuts, I have no idea how long this video is, but I guess we will say lime green as our word of the video. Lime green. That's kind of what this color ends up being. And thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment anything you want to comment down below. Oh, I did it wrong. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time. Comment anything you want to comment down below. In the description will also be links to my Patreon. It's going to be an extra fun time over there. We're starting our first prompt bingo on April 1st. And yes, join us. Thanks so much for watching again. And stay lime green. I'll see you again in 2 days with something different. Actually, I think tomorrow is my final Disney flip through. So stick around. I'm a fun time. Bye.